What's going on, guys? We are back again, and by the time you are probably seeing this video, this is supposed to be coming out on Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you're having a great holiday if you are celebrating this holiday. But first off, I want to go ahead and talk about, honestly, one of my favorite animated movies, which is Disney's Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. This is a very mini, no pun intended, short movie that has to deal with three different stories from Donald Duck, Daisy, and Donald's nephews, who we do in Louie, then from Goofy and Max, and then from Mickey and Minnie. Now, there are different meanings in each one, and when I was younger, I did not. I understood it, but I did not understand it more and more until I got older. So I want to go ahead and talk about each one of these real quick. If you guys just want to sit back and enjoy, leave a like. I definitely appreciate it. If this just ain't the video for you, then that's perfectly fine. But if you did enjoy the movie, if you guys know about this movie, then definitely let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments down below. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. But pretty much what we see from the narration is going into, first off, talking about different things that's underneath the tree. So what happens is, obviously, it's Christmas night. They're about ready to go into Christmas Day, and Donald comes up and he sees the boys going down there playing with the gifts, and everyone comes in. They're trying to avoid the aunt, that's very overbearing. They have a magnificent meal. They're playing with their snowboards, and they are disappointed because it's like 7, 8 o'clock and they got to go to bed. And I would be too, if I was still going to bed at that time when I was a kid. But they get so upset, and next thing you know, they're like, I wish every day was Christmas. Well, they just get into this Groundhog Day of Christmas, and they're constantly playing with the toys. They're constantly eating the food. They're constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again. And finally, after however many days, they're like, okay, we can't take it no more because we're going to go out of our mind. And then finally, after messing everything up, from the Christmas dinner to the toys to everything, and Donald just losing his mind, and then by the very end of the night, they destroyed Christmas. They destroyed the tree. They destroyed the piano for Uncle Scrooge that he did. They destroyed everything, and by the end of it, they read the note that Daisy and Donald wrote to them about. It's not about the gifts; it's about who's around to make it good. And that says a lot. When you're a kid, and even now, you get caught up in it, and they have a very good meaning behind this. So what they do is they build Donald a dream ship, and they do everything to make it the best Christmas of their time, and then they're finally able to get out of that Groundhog Day type loop. So the first one is, you can take upon everything of, yeah, the gifts are amazing, the gifts are great, you're going to be very happy with it, but it's also about who's around that needs to be, is the best thing. And then you go into the second one, which is, of course, Goofy trying to keep his, the Santa spirit to Max alive, to where he wants this one particular gift. And is he ever going to get the particular gift? We don't know. And he does everything in his power to make sure that his son's going to have this gift, right? And when he does, he's trying to make sure that he still believes. And then even with Donald, not Donald, but Mr. Pete, he unfortunately puts in his head, an old guy in a red suit cruising around the world, reindeer flight's practically impossible, and he just gets all these doubts in his head. And he's trying to figure out, like, okay, can this happen? Can this happen? And then helping him and his dad helping out less fortunate neighbors next door or across the street, which is always a good thing to do around Christmas. And then also when they're finally figuring out, like, okay, how are we going to make a good Christmas? And Max sees Santa in the neighbor's house, and he turns out it's his dad that he was trying to make it fun for the other kids. And Max gets mad at him, and they keep trying to make him believe. So Goofy's out there all night trying to make sure that he proves that Santa's real. And he does all this. He even falls off the roof, so he loses his spirit. And Max even tries to do the same thing that he did for them kids at the neighbor's house. And by the very end of the movie, that's when they witness Santa does exist. And we get to see that both Goofy and Max, understood the whole. Even if it's about believing and having hope that something is bigger out there, it is what I got out of it. And of how he's gonna, share his gift with the little boy next door, and how Goofy said that every year I ask for the same thing, every year I get it. And he asks him what, and he says, your happiness. And that's really meaningful as well, because I'm not a parent yet, but I know I would want the same thing for my kids, and I know my family wants that for me when I do get something for Christmas, even now at my age. And the last one really, I think the one Mickey and Minnie really hits home for me more now than it did when I was a kid. And I'm going to explain to you guys here in a reason, and a lot of people can probably understand this. Mickey and Minnie, they're trying to get ready for Christmas. He sees a beautiful necklace from Minnie, and he wants to get it for her so bad, for her locket that she has, or her watch. I'm sorry. And Minnie is so piled up with bills that she wants to give Mickey a case for his harmonica. And so they go through this whole thing of, Minnie busting her butt, and she's thinking about getting a bonus, but she doesn't. All she gets is a lousy, fruitcake. And then Mickey, he goes through all this stuff to get her a gift. He almost has the money. But he does the right thing, trying to help out at Pete's tree lot with this family that was wanting to get just a decent tree, and Pete's trying to scam them, and he does the right thing by showing them another tree. So Pete takes the money that he owned for a tip that would have paid for Minnie's necklace. Then at the very end, even after he does everything about raising music for a toy sale for the less fortunate, and then right when it seems like he comes up with the idea of he's going to pawn his harmonica for Minnie's necklace, and he ends up doing it. And then by the very end of the film, we see where they both did the same thing. She bought him by pawning her watch for his case. He pawned his harmonica for her necklace. And that goes into lengths of what you're going to do when you love someone that much. It really does. Disney, I'll say this. Disney years ago, they had a very good message. They did. They had such a beautiful message when, we were kids. Now it's just too much woke identity politics, too much cringe, the writing, all that stuff. They kept it so simple and they kept it meaningful back then that was the true magic, especially around the holidays. And they're not doing that no more. And I hate that. And I wish they would keep it the way it was when we were kids. And when you finally grow up and you see all this, you're like, dang, man, you love the cartoon, you love the characters, but you don't realize the meaning of it until you're older. Like, I did not get the meaning of this, all these different stories, until when I was older. And that says a lot. And I love this movie. I do. It's one of my favorite movies around the holidays, around Christmas. I love the animation style. I love the characters. And I wish that Disney would just keep it this way, man. I really wish. I wish they would keep it to simple meanings behind the story. That should not take you, oh, you got to do this to prove a point. No, you don't. But I'm not going to get further into that. But if you guys have seen this film, let me know what you guys think. If you love this film, let me know what you think. If it's okay, that's fine. If you don't like it, that's cool too. But either way, guys, what are your thoughts about this? Let me know down in the comments down below for Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.